Welcome back, everybody. Chase McNutt, Tatum Maupin, joining you for another episode of the Quarterback to Center Exchange, brought to you by the Field House Network. Tatum, what's up, man?
Man, I just been working, freaking snowing and icing, and it's
Yeah,
cold.
yeah.
This place is super depressing sometimes, all the time. It's warmer, but warm here is 12 degrees, 10 degrees, so
Mm-hmm.
that's nice. And believe it or not, there is like a change. Like you feel the change. Like you walk out, oh, it's kind of warm out today, man, and it's 10 degrees. I'm like,
Yeah, no,
it's been cool.
I get what you mean. It's been cold here, obviously in Oklahoma too, because Tatum. I'm not giving away your exact location, obviously, but you're in Illinois, so I mean it's a bit colder over there. It's been cold over here in Oklahoma. We had a snowstorm basically across the whole state, and we didn't get nearly as much as we thought we would here in the southeastern part of the state. But we got a good amount. I think about half a foot at the very least. But we also got a lot of freezing rain, which has coated the top of the snow, which is why it's been really hard to walk. Not like hard to walk on, but like it's not like soft powdery snow that your feet sink in when you walk across it. It's like walking across a pavement covered in
Yeah,
snow, kind of.
super wet.
But yeah, but it's easier to walk on, believe it or not, because I mean, you don't get as it's you don't fall into the snow as you're walking. Now, obviously, it still cracks. It's kind of cool because it cracks almost like a pond, like a frozen pond. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
That the ice cracks like a sheet of, or the snow cracks like a sheet of ice. It's kind of cool. But anyways, I've been enjoying that. The first snow of 2026. Wish it could have came like a month ago this time though.
Yeah,
So
kind of crazy though. 'Cause there was a massive storm that hit the whole United States essentially, and
yeah, dude.
unfortunately, some of these states weren't prepared for it. So prayers up for
Yeah.
those people. There was like thousands and thousands of people without power. North
Mm-hmm.
Texas was out without power. I think yesterday or today,
Mm-hmm.
something. All the ice, crazy stuff, man. I wish I
Yeah,
got
it's the
snow days,
ice,
dude.
man. It's the ice, man. The snow isn't what'll get you. It's the ice.
Ice,
That's what
always
knocks
the
out your
ice.
power. Yeah.
The black ice causes the wrecks, dude.
Do you
When it
remember?
first snowed here, I was like, oh, snow day, right? But I was like, oh, dude, these guys
Yeah.
don't take it. Literally snowed like 8 inches, 9 inches, and I was
Uh.
like, oh god,
Uh
like
huh.
if these people, they get it, but they don't take care of it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Another topic, but whatever.
Do you remember the really bad ice storm in like the mid 2000s?
Yes, we were without power for like 2 weeks.
Same,
We
dude.
literally lived my entire family of five stayed in the living room together on our mattresses. We pulled them out of our rooms, put them in this big square, and just had blankets and blankets and blankets. It was
Yeah. To
crazy.
stay warm. Yeah.
Yes.
We had to go stay at somebody else's house. Like my whole family, we went and stayed at a friend's house, man, because they had a generator. I will never forget
Mm,
that. That was we haven't seen nothing like that in a while.
no, well, the snowstorm, I don't know if you guys got it as bad, but when we got it in 2011, that was insane. That was like a lot. That was more. We got like a
Oh yeah,
foot
we
and a
got a lot.
half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I told you we were out of school for a couple weeks.
Mhm.
We had to stay in school late that year because of we used up our snow days, so we had to make them up at the end of the year in May.
Well, we didn't
So
have to make it up at all because the Oklahoma. Yeah, I don't know why you guys made it up because we didn't have to make it up at all due
different rules,
to.
I guess, on the east and west side of the state, huh?
No, we're on the same side.
Well, I mean, Afton is closer to like the OKC side, is it not? Am I completely miss?
Yeah, way miscalculated. We're in the corner.
Dang.
We're northeast of Tulsa.
Oh, you're northeast of Tulsa.
You
Okay.
know this, bro. When you were in
I've been to
Bartlesville,
Afton. I've been to Afton like
you're
once, bro. Been
Bartlesville's
to
an
Afton
hour
like once.
from me. No, yeah. So we
Yeah,
got
that's like the northeastern part of the state too. Yeah,
no. They
it's like
declared
right.
a
Bartlesville's like right on that border of
state of
Kansas.
emergency, and I was pretty sure unless we had already, because I knew at one point we had some days built up or whatever. Maybe they used that, but we were out of school for because it led into spring break, and we still took a spring break. We were out for 3 weeks straight because we were out
That's
of school
dope.
for 2 weeks and then another week for spring break. It was crazy.
Nothing in life will ever come close to being that awesome again. You know.
Nah, dude, because we didn't lose power during that. We just no one could drive.
Yeah. Well, man, we have arrived to the end of the college football season. Crazily enough. Also, speaking of crazily enough, the Indiana Hoosiers, man, they won their first national championship ever. Didn't think we'd ever see a Cinderella like that win a national championship, but not really going to be a Cinderella anymore. I know some people probably think Indiana's going to fall off. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they're going to go 16-0 next year. I don't think Josh Hoover is a very good quarterback. The dude they went and got in the transfer portal, but they went and they paid guys, man, and they've got guys coming back, and Sig ain't going anywhere. Their donors are willing to pay. Indiana, now again, they're not. I don't think they're going to run the table again and win it next year, but
Would be crazy. Until, well,
I don't
obviously
think.
until they
Yeah,
meet the Texas Longhorns, but
I don't think they're going anywhere. So yeah, I think they'll be around.
I think they're a new staple in college football.
I don't know about staple just because, things come and go. Think about it. You can fall off and like fall off for eternity, like Nebraska, who is not,
Oh
they
my
fell off
gosh, poor
so hard, dude.
program. And it's kind of sad. It's real sad. They should have one. They should have never left.
It sucks. Yeah.
They should have never left. They should have stayed with their bread and butter, which is
Well,
crazy.
it all started with firing. I think his name's Bo Pelini. It all started with
Yes,
firing him, man. All he ever did was win like 10 games a season. But I get it. He would lose like 2 to 3 games each season. But like he played in the very last Big 12 championship like
they
game
haven't. They
before they
haven't
got rid of the
had.
championship game,
Yeah, they haven't had
and they
a.
lost to Oklahoma too. So
They haven't had anything like that, right? Since 2000, maybe
no, dude,
13,
no.
14.
That was 2010. That was 2010 when that game was played.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So that's
so
crazy.
that was a crazy Big 12 championship game too. Um, Nebraska was up 17-0, and OU won that game 23-20. I remember that. I was 11 years old. Anyways, um, so the year before that also was the year that Nick Domikin's Sioux Nebraska team went to the Big 12 championship again, and they lost to Texas. With that Colt McCoy throw out of bounds with that 1 second left. So I think it was Justin Tucker made that kick.
Goat forever and massage therapist.
But I didn't get to watch the national championship live because I was calling games last week, calling some high school basketball games. So
It was whatever. They couldn't block Miami, which is kind of crazy to me. But Miami's defense isn't slouch by any means. But
no, it's
I don't
good.
know.
But I mean, Miami's or Indiana still had like almost 350 yards of offense. Like I know that's not crazy. Wait, let me make sure I'm looking at the right thing here.
Man, I
Oh
don't
no,
know,
I'm looking at the
dude.
wrong. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at Miami's. Yeah, it was like 300 and give or take. What's 180 plus 130? That's 310. So it's about 317 yards. They didn't have a lot of yards. They didn't have any passing touchdowns. They had 2 rushing touchdowns. One by Fernando Mendoza, which I know he already won the Heisman, but that touchdown run he had on that fourth down, that is a Heisman moment if I've
Yeah,
ever
I
seen one,
agree.
dude.
I agree.
That
I
play will live
agree.
in Indiana lore for forever.
I think this season, and the last, like, well, really ever since COVID, it feels like college football's been weird. But like this last 2, 3 seasons, things have gotten really weird. And I think
Hmm.
to this year, bro, I guess I don't really know how to explain it because Miami lost to two trash teams.
Yeah, what was it? SMU
Lost
and who was the other
SMU,
team?
Louisville, right? Louisville,
Yeah,
maybe
bro.
Virginia,
Yeah,
or
and then they
Virginia
made
beat
it to
Louisville or whatever.
no, yeah, it was Louisville, and then they made it to the national championship, dude. It's crazy.
Dude, Duke win the fucking ACC. Like, when you like, I don't understand it because
I know,
I
I know,
I think
and
it just kind of proves, and I think it's better this way in a way, but I think it just kind of proves that college football as a whole is different top to bottom.
it's
Because
different,
you
man.
could definitely say both those fucking teams, Louisville and SMU, they're not making a run for a championship at all. So we think.
No, but SMU did make they did make the 12-team playoff last year, so at least there's that. But
Now tell me this: is Notre Dame? What do you think of Notre Dame? Notre Dame was. I mean, obviously we don't want Notre Dame in the playoff, whatever. But
this Notre Dame
Miami
stuff
took their
is
spot
stupid.
allegedly.
This Notre Dame stuff
Yes,
is stupid with this new rule.
yes, I agree. I agree. But do you think Notre Dame would have ran a table like Miami did to make that?
I mean, it's hard to say, but I'm going to say no.
I don't think so either.
But mainly because I remember they were in a dogfight with a really bad Boston College team, like one of their last games of the year.
But we can
Um,
say that until what I'm saying Miami loses who they lose to.
yeah, but SMU and Louisville are both better than Boston College by a good amount. unless that's a hot take and Boston College beat one of those teams. So whatever.
No,
I
because
don't keep
Boston
up
College
with,
only has
you
like
know,
one win, I think, dude.
I
And
don't I
Coach
don't keep up with
O'Brien.
Boston College football if I'm being completely
I just
honest.
know Bill O'Brien's the head coach.
I will also say, man, Mark Fletcher, that dude from Miami, that dude, he's a dog. He's so fast. He's so fast. What grade is he in? He's a junior, so he could go pro. I don't know if he is or not, but that dude's gonna be playing on Sundays. He's really good, man. Carson Beck ended the game with an interception. What's so funny is that in our group chat, Kobe kind of called out what was gonna happen because I did get to watch like the tail end, like the last like 5 minutes of the game. And I was like, all right, Miami's going to get the ball back. That was after Indiana kicked that field goal. And I was like, Carson Beck, legacy drive incoming. And then Kobe said, yeah, incompletion, incompletion, interception. And he threw incompletion, incompletion. And then they got a first down. And then I think he threw a pick. So Kobe was pretty
Hmm.
close. And I thought that was hilarious. But it ended on a Carson Beck pick, which, again, was hilarious, dude. So I was glad to see Miami lose just because I know Brett would have been insufferable.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys know Brett. He hopped on the pod to talk about the game. Yeah. Hoosiers.
Build a freaking
So
stadium on your campus.
shout out Bob Knight just because Hoosiers. So um,
Yeah, crazy. And then what about the non-expansion? Now Notre Dame gets an automatic bid every freaking year, dude. It's insane.
okay, yeah. I want to talk about that because I that rule went into place a couple months ago, and we kind of talked about it, but we knew that the 12-team playoff was up for expansion this year. So the rule doesn't matter if it moves to 16 teams because it only qualifies Notre Dame if they're in the 12-team playoff. Well, now that rule works. So anytime Notre Dame finishes in the top 12, and mind you, they don't have to play USC anymore. So that's one tough game off of their already dog shit schedule of a joke, just 12 games that they get to play.
Absolutely
Um,
trash.
and so now all they got to do is sleepwalk through a terrible schedule, which they do every year. And now they're going to just get into the playoff, which is disgusting. And it's not good for college football. I've got nothing against Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is a good school. I think they're a good brand when they're good. But it's also kind of clownish to act like this. And I mean, I think Lincoln Riley's a bitch and I think he's a clown too. But like he says that Notre Dame is the one that pulled out of these
Yeah.
games. And I don't know, that dude lies a lot and is known to lie in the past. So who knows? But that's what he said. And if that's true, then like, God, dude, how much worse can it get for Notre Dame? Like, you're scared to play Lincoln Riley,
How much worse can it get for
like a
Notre
guy that
Dame?
you've done
And how
nothing but
much
beat.
better it is for Notre Dame? How much worse can it be for college football and teams that play in conferences that are tough, like the SEC and the Big Ten? Those teams who don't get a shot at just scheduling whoever they want to scheduling two
Yeah.
tough teams the entire season, two tough teams the entire
Mhm.
season. And yet we're okay with that. Like, I don't. Why
Yeah.
is it not put to a vote? Why is it not put to a vote amongst non-old fucking people that have been in the same positions for fucking years on end? Why is it not put to a vote
Yeah.
amongst the population and the fans and the presidents and the ads and the fucking universities? Because I guarantee you they would fucking say no. Fucking Notre Dame has no right to do what they're doing. It's an ego thing, in my opinion. They think that fucking Irishman is fucking something bigger than the sport. That's the thing. Everyone wants to shout out all these other teams for being this big brand and being relevant like Texas and is what it is. We do what we got to do. We left the Big 12 purposely to go play in a harder conference. Oklahoma did the same thing. Why is it that we don't get the same benefits or reap the same benefits as Notre Dame because they get special treatment? That's crazy. That's crazy. They can literally schedule whoever they want, whenever they
Yeah.
want to.
It's crazy.
It's
It's
nuts.
crazy. Um, did you guys win that home and home with them all the way back when, or did you just win the game in Austin?
I think
'Cause
no, I think we lost. Did we win? I don't remember. I remember that game in Notre Dame being also crazy though. I can't remember the outcome of it exactly. I think we lost. I can't remember. I'm sure we lost.
I just remember Texas winning that overtime game, 50 to like 47, and
I think we lost by like
Joe Tessitore,
15.
Joe Tessitore was like, "Texas is back, folks," and then I think Texas went like 5-7 the rest of that year.
I think we beat
No, I do
OU
remember
that
that.
year though.
You did, and I also think OU made the playoff that year and
So
lost.
bad. 18 wheeler. Give me 18 wheeler back in QB, bro.
I think we also won the Big 12 that year. With the, I think that was the start.
2015 was
Yeah,
that
that
year,
was
right?
this. Yeah, that was the start of 6 straight Big 12 championships. You like that? You like that? Okay. Anyways, okay. So I want to. Was that a little too on the nose? I tried to be subtle. Then I was like the little
No,
side eye.
I know what you're talking about, bro. I know because I know it. But yeah, it was
But
so.
okay, I want to talk about the committee for real though, because I think the committee is also another issue because you can't these are ads of schools also,
Yeah,
and like I just don't think you can completely remove bias from the situation.
I
Now
also
Miami
think
made the
this.
national championship, or but I also like I don't disagree with them getting into the playoff, especially if the other option was Notre Dame. But I just feel like Alabama getting the spot that they did, and again, I'm an Oklahoma fan, so obviously it sucks that we lost to Bama. But I said that in the moment when we got the reaction before the game was even played the second time that I didn't think Bama should have got that spot, and I just think that it's very interesting, man, because teams in the past have been penalized for losing on conference championship weekend, or even worse, TCU got punished for winning in a game by 52 points the year that Ohio State made the playoff over them. So I don't know, man. I feel like there's going to be a point in time where they go back to not the BCS system, but they will go back some way to include more computerized kind of rankings, I guess, like how the BCS was.
Statistics, yeah, because
Yeah,
I mean, look, I think we all wanted to go away from the computer because it's like you gotta,
yeah.
whatever. But now I think we've
Let's do a
done the
mixture of
experiment.
both.
Yeah, we've done the experiment with no computer. Why don't you mix your both? But then you got that possibility of the same thing kind of happening of I hate to say this word, but corruption within the system of these guys are gonna pull
Hmm.
9 million viewers, whereas these guys might pull 1.5 to 2 million viewers, and it's like fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do? And like, even though this team here is probably the more qualified team,
Hmm.
but if it's too close to really review, it's like okay, well we'll just boom, no biggie, whatever. I think it's easy to put Miami in because of who Miami is.
Yeah.
I think they went off technicalities to put two fucking G5 teams in. That was ridiculous. That that ruined the fucking playoff. They should have never done that. If
No,
they
they
would
should
have
have never been
taken,
in, man.
yeah, if they, even if you want to leave one in, all right, whatever. Take the other out, put someone else in there. Any of the other qualified teams, I mean, you're talking
Hmm.
about a whole different playoff at that point. I think maybe
Well,
not. Maybe I'm just bullshitting, but
I think you need to take out the G5 auto bids. Like, I'm fine with
uh,
G5s getting a team, but I don't think they just deserve an auto bid personally. Again, if you're a team like Boise State in 2024 who had a really good season, they also had a star running back who was up for the Heisman. And I'm not saying you have to have a Heisman caliber running back just to make the playoff, but like they had a good season. I'm almost positive they went undefeated, if not they only had one loss during the regular season.
mhm,
So it needs to be a year like that. Like obviously JMU had a good year, but they also didn't beat anybody. They
no,
didn't beat anybody.
not even close.
And look what happened. I know they made it look close at the end, but it was a blowout that entire game. It was never close. It was never in doubt. And then Tulane uh, getting that rematch was just insane, man. It was just insane. North Texas would have got beaten just as bad, if not worse.
Hmm.
So let's just remove that. And I understand that Notre Dame would have gotten in under that context. So there is that. And then obviously Texas might have gotten in after that. Who no BYU I guess would have been the next spot after that, and then it goes Texas and then Vanderbilt. I think was how it shook out. So I don't know. I really don't know what the future of college football is going to look like, man. I don't know. It feels like, and I don't know if this is even feasible, but with players being paid now, I wonder if we could ever get to a situation where we get a lockout.
Well, there's no union yet.
I know there's no, but
They're
I'm saying
trying
like
to. I think they were trying
there
to
we
unionize
could
them,
get
but
to
that's
that.
crazy.
we could get to that situation. There's going to be a base shout out Red Sox, but there's going to be a baseball lockout after this next
Rightfully
season.
so.
So it's
Rightfully
yeah.
so. I don't know if there'll be a lockout if the Dodgers win again. There'll will definitely be a lockout for.
There's going to be a lockout regardless of what
You
happens with the
think?
Dodgers this season. Yes, 100%. We're headed for a lockout because I think there's a new deal that has to be signed between it's like the Players Union or the MLBPA Players Association, whatever it is. But
Yeah, the union.
there are owners that want a salary cap.
Yes.
Owners want a salary cap, and players don't want that. Players don't want a salary cap. And what I think could be good for the MLB is if they just implement a salary floor where it's like you have to spend X amount of money because there's a lot of these teams, Pittsburgh Pirates, that just hang across the bottom of the
Cincinnati
payroll
Reds,
and they don't
Kansas
spend
City
any money.
Royals.
And they don't spend any money. Now, granted, the Royals they went and they spent money on Bobby Witt, but Bobby Witt's a generational guy. Was going to play for Oklahoma, but went straight to the MLB. Um, but there needs to be at least a salary floor because again, there are teams that just won't pay the money, and just because they want to own a team, I guess, and be cushy, which I don't understand. Um,
I
so
don't
yeah,
understand not wanting to compete.
I'm also not really going to get too far on a baseball tangent because I could go on one with the Red Sox, but I'm not going to do that. That's a story for a different podcast. But it's like the same type of thing, man. And we saw an NBA lockout back in the middle 2010s where I think they only ended up playing like 66 games that regular
Mhm.
season. So you missed about 3 weeks of regular
There
season
might be
basketball.
like a season to 2 season lockout in MLB. Like we're talking about no like
I mean, there's a chance we
organized
could.
baseball right there. It's gonna be what's cool about that though is when the NBA done this shit, they went to all these like random leagues and was playing ball. And that shit's cool.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I think
that
we
was
might see
cool.
some shit like that in the
Oh, yeah,
MLB.
for sure. You're going to see a way more MLB players on
Yeah,
the Savannah Bananas, dude.
I hate that fucking thing, dude. They
Stop, dude. It's just a family fun show. It's like
look
the
at
Harlem
you
Globetrotters.
defending them. Are
It's
you
like it's
kidding
like the
me?
Harlem Globetrotters.
Are
You just
you
gonna
kidding
shit
me?
on people having fun?
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? I know fucking 5 people that can do those damn catch backflips right now. That's come
Okay, what does
on,
that have
dude.
to do with anything? What does that have to
That's
do with
part of the
anything?
act. It's part of the act. They're not even close to Harlem Globetrotters. At least they're doing cool shit.
But I'm saying it's like okay, the Savannah Bananas do plenty of cool stuff. I know they do a lot of cringe
What?
stuff too. I know they do
All of
a
it.
lot of the stuff
What
they do
cool
is cool.
stuff? What cool stuff? Tell me,
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you
please.
an avid Savannah Bananas watcher? So you know how to
I
hate on them?
I watched it. I tried to watch them. They were on TV. In case you didn't know this, they do show their games on ESPN
Yeah,
every
they
now and
also
then.
live stream them on YouTube because that's how I've seen a
So
couple of
what?
them. So
So tell me, what about that is cool? The dancing at the
obviously, I said some of the stuff is cringe. Some of
like.
it is
Come
cringe.
on,
Some of it is cringe, obviously. But
they'll
again,
sell out.
it's a
They're gonna
family
sell
show,
out that
dude.
for 1
Yes,
million
it's a
seat
family
stadium,
show,
bro.
dude.
It's
Again, it's like the
crazy.
same type of thing of going to watch the Harlem Globetrotters. It's a show. I'm not saying it's to the same level. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's the same type of
I
genre of
know, but
entertainment.
I don't think I'm okay. And then they got to hold on it. You know what I mean? That dude's gonna be a
They're
billionaire
doing
one day. So
something
shout out
right.
to that guy. Yeah, I
They're
agree.
doing something
They sell
right.
out stadiums. They sell out arenas. Like you know what I mean? They sell out massive places.
Yeah, dude,
Massive places,
it's
dude.
crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, yeah. Uh I don't know if we'll ever get to the point where we get a college football lockout or anything like that, but if we ever get a union, obviously that could be a
There's no
possibility.
way they'll do
So
that because how long are they gonna be? They're gonna only be in the union for like 4 to 5 years. Well,
some of these guys are playing their
6 or
7th years of
7.
football,
Yeah,
dude.
that's just crazy. Because if there's a players union, then that's going to be a whole different thing. It's going to be like now
Six,
you
seven.
have you have to give us X amount of years to play college football, and it's going to be a whole fucking thing. It'll work just how the unions work like in real life right now.
Mhm.
There's going to be a whole fucking thing, and then at that point, you're going to have to consider college football a professional sport, bro.
I mean, we're already there. You got the Darian Mensah situation where Duke, or I think he had to pay a buyout to Duke to get out of his contract to go play for Miami because he signed a contract to stay on. And did you see Dabo Sweeney go like nuclear earth on Pete Golding and Ole Miss? W Dabo for that, by the way. Even though I
When
think
does the
Dabo is
portal deadline? Oh, I never mind. That's
portal's
just
closed.
technicality.
Like to
Well,
enter, you can
yeah, that's
still
what I
commit
was
to
saying.
schools.
Yeah,
I don't think you can visit though. Also, classes have already started. So if you
that
haven't committed to a school by now, like but then you got guys like
CBS.
Carson Beck who said, "Yeah, I haven't gone to school in 2 years. I'm just playing football." Which why are we go play football? Go get a job, man. Go get
I
a
mean,
job.
would you not want to live down there though?
No, yes, obviously I would. Obviously, I would like to do that and make some hot money
And
doing that. Okay, but
yeah,
also go get a job. You're
I agree.
25. You're 25, dude.
Well,
Go
at
get a
that point,
job.
it is his job.
But he's playing
That point,
college
it
football.
is.
That's the problem, though.
I
This is
I
college
agree,
football,
dude.
dude. It's college football.
They're like,
It's
here's
just it's
5 million.
insane, man.
Go get
Like
a real job or get 5 million to play for 5 months. Here,
you got kids now that are reclassifying and come into college as freshmen when they're supposed to be high school seniors.
Texas has
So
a 16-year-old kid right now.
oh, you had a tight end that did that a couple years ago, and he's now entered the portal twice. So
Bad development though, so well,
yeah, okay, buddy.
Texas
Um,
notably better school, anyways.
I don't really think you want to bark down that tree.
I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah,
In what way?
in most ways, less
What?
championships. Let's see
I
here. I'm
didn't
pretty sure you have
say.
less draft picks.
Hey, school. It's different. I said school. We have that's incorporating a lot of things: facilities, a library,
Yeah, but that was a response
museum, and
directly
shit.
to about like tight ends and development, and so
He hated Norman.
development.
No one wants to go to Norman. It's not even OKC. It's like
What
it's
is
like
that? You're just
it's like three
brother.
hours west of OKC. Nobody wants to go over
Okay.
there.
So, okay, I'm looking at winsipedia.com right now. If anybody would also like to look this up with me. So, I put up Texas and Oklahoma head to head.
But
Total
the total
categories.
record,
Hold
the
on.
record
The
between,
the
please.
total categories there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 total categories. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oklahoma leads in 8. Texas leads in 5. OU has a better all-time record. OU has more national championships. OU has more conference championships.
Head to
Tech,
head.
Texas has won 14 more games head to head. Congrats to all those games you won back in the 1910s to 1950.
What
That's
about
where
the last couple years?
that
You're
is
not able to
where
clap to those two?
obviously you've won 2 of the last 3. Yeah, I mean we can. OU
What?
has a winning record since I was born, so we could by like almost
Don't
10
matter.
games
It
too.
don't matter, dude. Don't
By
matter.
almost 10
What have
games,
you done for me lately?
made the playoff. So
And
there's
lost
that.
again, 0-5.
Yeah. Texas has done nothing but also lose every time they've made the playoff. I mean, you
Not
won a
true.
couple games,
We've
but you also
won two
lost.
games to year zero, buddy.
So how did both
I
of
think
those
2-0.
both of those trips end? By the way, with a
And
loss, or
0
did you end with a
and 0
natty?
5 is absolutely way more embarrassing than 2-3.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to argue that 0-5 isn't embarrassing, but I'm also
You
not going
never
to sit
win. You
here
can't
and act
win.
like
You think you can recruit kids? Hey, come to Oklahoma. We can get
we
you
have
to the
the number
playoff.
2 recruiting class for 2027.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, come on. We'll make it to the first round occasionally. What
Hey,
about
come
that?
play at Texas.
Hey,
You'll make
can
a
we
lot of
go?
money,
Can we
but
go
you
to the
won't make the playoff.
semifinals?
You
Can
won't
we
get
go?
drafted either.
Hey, coach. Can we? Hey, man. Hey, are we going? Can we go to semifinals? Hey, sorry, buddy. Contract only states to
We've
the
been to the
first round.
semifinals more than Texas has. What are you talking
Hey.
about?
Can only make it to the first round, champ. Only make
Dude,
we
we've been
made
to
it
the
in a real
semifinal more than
playoff though.
we. Yeah, you mean
We
the
made
the
it in a
14
real
playoff?
playoff.
You made the 14
No.
playoff once. That's the real playoff. It's a lot harder to make the semifinal in the 14 playoff.
Hey,
Yes.
champ.
Yeah,
It's
you
okay.
realize that you have a
It's
pretty dumb
okay,
argument right
dude.
now.
It's
For
all
people
right.
not
0 and
not watching and
5.
just listening, he has
0
a
and
dumb look on his face
5,
because he
dude.
knows
It's
what he just said is
insane.
stupid.
No, dude. That's
Yeah,
come
I
on.
already
Hey,
admitted 0-5
Coach
is
V.
bad.
Coach
Listen,
V.
if you are just gonna
Can
troll, I am
we
not gonna do this because you are just talking over me every time I try to respond, and you're just trolling the whole time. I have no interest in that kind of a conversation at all.
it's a troll, but it's not. It's also somewhat true. It's an exaggerated truth. Is what's happening right now, and
I mean,
it's
some of the stuff you said is
factual.
just kind of dumb, though. So
Uh, what
you lack a lot of context in the stuff that you say. So you want to name
did
all
I
the teams
not?
Texas
But
has played in the playoff?
did I not
We can
say
name all the
what?
teams you played in the playoff
But
compared to
is
the
it
ones
true
OU have
or
played
not? Are
because
the
they're not built the
facts?
same. But
They're
again,
not
you're
facts. Are
but
my
context
facts?
also matters. Does
No,
context
I
not
mean,
matter?
but that's the end of the context. So that's the end of the context. Like, what's the
No, that's
context of
not
that?
the end of the
Oh, well, they
context.
made it this many times. That's why they're 0-5, and they've never won a game. That what is like what's like
That's
that's the
fair. They never won a
context.
game, but they've also made it to the playoff 3 more times than Texas has. You made it twice.
It don't
Oklahoma's made it
matter.
5 separate times.
It don't
Um,
matter, dude.
no, it
It
don't
don't
matter at all,
matter.
does it? It
How
matters to
many of those
recruits,
times
man.
did y'all
Again,
lose to Texas in
one of the top recruiting classes for next season. They want to come be a part of it and help get them over the hump. Hopefully they can. Hey, maybe we'll luck out and get to play shitty Arizona State, or something like that. But we get to
good
play
team. That
Alabama,
was a good Sun
Clemson,
Devil team.
Clemson with Deshaun Watson. We also get to play the best college football team of all time with LSU, and all those guys. Who else did we
Which
play?
we lost to
Yeah,
a
you
lot
also lost to that
closer
same
than you
team.
guys
But
did.
you lost to the same team. So if you would have made the playoff, you would have also lost that year. So thank you for pointing that out.
Not by fucking 150.
Congrats, but you lost. But you lost. That's such a dumb argument. Yeah, you played it closer, but you still lost the game. You would have won the same amount of playoff games that year. So congrats. Add another
It
L to
was the
Texas's
first
resume in
round
the
of
playoff.
playoffs, so you lost by 40 points.
That was not the first round. It was the semifinal. It's different when you're in just the top four. That's not how that works. It's not a first round.
I
It's a semifinal. That's what it's
know why
called.
we're making this argument, man. Come on. What?
That's how I
Okay.
feel talking to you.
Okay. Let's
That's how I
put
feel about half the shit you say.
so hey, so I'm going to the playoffs. Oh, cool. You're playing in the like what's like it's the first round. There's two
Oh
rounds, first round,
yeah, but
second
it's
round.
not like that though. It's just a semifinal. It's just the top four. So yeah, if we win, we go to the Natty.
So you
Yeah.
saying by calling it the
Yes, because it's
first
called the
round,
semifinal. That's what it's
but
called.
but by
It's not called
call
the play. It was never called the first round, but it was nobody ever called it the first round. You notice how now it says first round on the college football patches and on the field now, and it never did in the past. There's a couple of facts for you, but I'm sure you'll hit me back with some stupid
dude,
opinion you have.
dude.
There's a couple of
So,
facts for you
no,
though.
it sounds like you took offense to be called it the first round. Like
Oh,
you
now
think
I
it's
have offense
discrediting.
because I'm shooting out. Now I'm offended. This is what I'm talking about.
That's what
You're not
you're
even presenting
doing.
an argument. You're not even presenting an
Yes,
argument.
yes, it's you're
I'm
saying
offended
that
because you're wrong. That doesn't make any sense.
you're saying that
Correctly saying.
no, what it sounds like. I said what it sounds like for one, and what it sounds like in
You're about to
detail
say
of
some
what
shit
I'm
that I
trying
didn't
to
even say.
interpret
Go ahead.
here is that y- you. It sounds like you think I'm discrediting the semifinals by calling
I
it the
just think
first
what you're
round
saying
instead of
is wrong,
semifinals.
but because it was never called the first round, you're saying it now to try to discredit it. Yes,
No,
100%.
it is the
Yes.
first round.
No, it's a semifinal. It's completely different.
Uh,
It's different.
I mean,
It's
okay,
different.
all right. I mean,
Okay,
whatever.
okay. Well, then tell me this: why was college football playoff first round never a patch or on anybody's field, and when it
Well,
was at the top
because
four?
now there's like,
But now, I'm
well,
not done talking. I'm not done talking. But now there's a patch that says college football playoff first round. Tell me why that exists now and it didn't back then. Is it because nobody ever called it the first round because it was just a 14 playoff and it was a semifinal?
so when does the rounds? When does that stop? When does that?
You didn't
When is
answer
it?
my question. You
That's what I'm
responded to
asking.
my question with
I'm
a
just
question.
asking. I'm just asking you. When does it go from that? Actually, it has to go to four rounds. It has to be four different games for there to be four rounds.
But I mean, it's just a semifinal. It's not the same as say, oh yeah, like the first round. A first round is a quarterfinal game. That's how tournaments work. It's
No, the
straight to
first
a
round is not
semifinal.
always a quarterfinal game.
Well, it depends on how many games you play, obviously.
In the
But
playoffs in college football, there's four, right? Am I
well,
wrong?
I
So
mean,
there's
I think
three
there's five if you don't
quarterfinal.
make. Well, you have the home game if you don't make it to the top four. Then you have the first top four game, and then the semifinal, and then the Natty. So yeah, I guess
The
there's four total games.
right.
So you have
So
first. Yeah, that's why it's first round, and then quarterfinal, and then semifinal, and then Natty. See how there's names for all of those?
so there's
You
not
see
a
how there's
first.
names for
That's
all?
crazy
There's
how the
first round.
first, the second,
I know
the second, third, and fourth just get dropped off. Now we just have one round. That doesn't
it's
make any
first round,
sense. That doesn't make any
quarterfinal,
sense.
semifinal. I don't know. I just
Yeah,
explained it to you. I'm
yes, I
sorry you
understand
can't.
what you're
I
saying,
know
but
you
that
can't
doesn't. I don't think
understand it.
that's.
I don't know. I
I
don't think you do
understand
though.
perfectly what you're saying. I just it's
But you
dumb.
just said it does. I don't know, man. Yeah, I
You're
don't know. By the
because
I
you're
don't
pretty
know.
much thinking it's a discredit, which in all honesty, fuck it, it should be. Oh, you fucking sucks anyways. Move on. Fucking trash ass program.
OU has a better all time record, more national championships, more
Versus
conference
Texas, they
championships,
don't.
more All Americans, more Heisman winners. Yeah, we have more conference
Not
championships
more
against Texas.
wins.
We have more
Not
well,
more
granted,
wins.
Texas has more wins. Again, shout out all those wins you got before black people were allowed to
In
play
the last
football.
2 years.
So
In the last 2 years when we
yeah,
whooped ass.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. It was a 7-point game in the fourth quarter, but yeah, you whooped ass.
Yeah, we did. You know we did.
But the
Score
Georgia game
touchdown.
wasn't a. But the
Score
Georgia game,
touchdown, dude.
but your Georgia
Score
loss wasn't a
touchdown,
blowout.
dude. That's
But your
not
Georgia
touchdown.
loss wasn't a blowout, even though
Fuck
you lost
touchdown.
35-10, huh? That's what I'm
That was
saying. You just
the
talk over
we
it. You
didn't
just talk
get
over it.
blown out until the
Yes, you did. You
last
lost by
half of it,
20.
like the last
But you can't
like
say. But then
like
you.
quarter and a quarter. You know what I mean? The
I'm
last
gonna
fourth
lose
quarter and a
my
quarter,
fucking
bro.
mind. How could you say Red River was a blowout when it was a 17-point loss, but then say a 25-point loss to Georgia wasn't a blowout when the circumstances were the exact same, except OU didn't get their teeth kicked in by 4 touchdowns like Texas did? That's what doesn't make sense. It was a 7-point game with like 6 minutes left, and then Texas got a BS kick return that should have been called for block in the back
Oh,
3 separate times. And
dude.
then you add a late field goal to make it 23-6. That's a blowout. But then you get blown out by Georgia 35-10, and that's not a blowout because it was what 14-7 in the third quarter or in the fourth quarter. You got blown out. You lost by
Come on, dude.
25. But you don't understand how stupid your argument sounds when you say that. To say you weren't blown out by Georgia when you lost by 25, but to say Red River was a blowout when OU only lost by 17. You see what I'm
We
saying?
played in Athens. We played in. We were playing in Dallas on a neutral field, dude. It's two
Oh.
different situations happening there. There's more at stake. Not to say there wasn't. Georgia knocked us
The
out of the
dumbest thing,
playoffs,
listen,
but
the dumbest thing I could have ever done is choose to bring logical arguments to any kind of a discussion with you. That's the
dude,
worst thing
I
I could have
get
done
I get you mad.
because it all logic and everything just goes out the
Good,
door when I'm talking to you, man,
it's good
and it's so
content. It's
frustrating.
good content. You mad? Texas owns OU for now. Probably for the next 5 to 10 years, it seems like we might be seeing another spell from BV. I don't. I think this was a fluke. Yeah.
I mean, actually, if you look, this year's actually a trend. So 6-7, 10-3, 6-7, 10-3. So it looks like we're going 6-7 next year. So but no, I think OU. I think the schedule gets easier next year for Oklahoma. Obviously, we have to go to Georgia now, and I'm not looking forward to that. But they've got to implement, I think, a new quarterback because I think Gunnar Stockton's leaving. I'm not sure. I know that they've probably got a good amount of players leaving, but it's Georgia. They'll just shit out, 22 more 5 stars on the
Five
field that
stars.
that probably all have traffic violations of some
Yo,
of some sort. Um,
speaking of schedules, you see Miami's schedule?
no, but I saw you sent something about how easy it is next season.
Ridiculous, dude.
It's the ACC. The ACC is not a good conference, especially when Clemson is not good. It's like a bot. It's worse than I would say. You could put Big Ten, SEC, obviously at the top. You could throw Big 12 over ACC as well. Who else would you want to? You want to throw the MAC? You want to throw the Sun Belt over the ACC? Do it, dude.
I agree.
The
I agree.
ACC
The
is a dog shit conference, dude. It's such a
Americans a
bad
real good
conference.
conference. Got Army and Tulane, all them colleges in there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, shout out Tulane, dude. Yeah, the Americans are a better conference than the ACC. Obviously,
Somebody
I'm trolling
Notre
partially, but not really.
Dude, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I was trolling on that, but not really. So
I seen a tweet and somebody was talking shit on Notre Dame's schedule because it's obviously extremely easy. But somebody in the comments
shocker,
was
sky's
saying,
also blue.
dude, somebody was in the comments talking shit saying they failed to mention that we played 2 top 20 schools next year. One of them is Navy. I'm not knocking Navy,
Hey,
but
Navy beat us last time we played, so
that's exactly what his argument was. Was people started talking shit to him. It was like, why don't you ask Oklahoma how it is to play Navy?
yeah, dude. Ask Oklahoma. We had like 30 opt outs of that bowl game, so it is what it is, dude. I get that OU's C squad is supposed to be better than Navy's A squad. I get that, but Navy also was not bad. They won like
They're
11
also
games.
in the military.
Yeah, they won it more, dude. It was the Armed Forces Bowl.
Technically, they're supposed to be elite people.
Things were
By standard.
Notre Dame or not Notre Dame. Navy was supposed to win that game. It was the Armed Forces Bowl. We're playing against a Service Academy team. It was in the cards for them. I
Everyone
don't.
there thinks you're jihadist.
I
You know
don't
what I
fight.
mean?
I don't fight God's will, man. That's what He wanted that day, and who am I to question? So God gives His toughest battles to His strongest soldiers, man. So let's just talk about that. Also, Indiana fans. I didn't even know Indiana fans existed. If we're being real, man, I saw some clips of like their first game against Old Dominion this season, and there was not a lot of people there, even though they were ranked like top 20. it's just insane to think a team like Indiana could win it all, considering we're fans of teams that are considered blue bloods. They should be considered blue bloods by everybody that talks about blue bloods. If you don't have Oklahoma and Texas in there, then that's not a valid list, obviously. As much as I hate Texas, uh, they have the history to back it up. And neither one of us have played for a national championship since before 2010.
Yeah.
Texas played for one in '09. I mean, technically, the Texas Bama game was played in 2010, and the OU Florida game was played in 2009. So, but either way, it was the
Oh
2008
wait,
season
oh
for Oklahoma
nine.
and the 2009
Yeah.
season for Texas. That's the last time they played for national championships, dude. That's crazy how they played back to back years. I think about that sometimes because the Big 12 was pretty good in the
Rocking. Yeah.
2000s because
Yeah.
Texas played for two national championships in the 2000s and they won one, correct?
'05. Yeah. Vince
Yeah,
Young.
they won in '05 and lost in '09. OU played for one in 2000, 2003. There's another one in that time period, and I think maybe either 2004,
Yeah, I
2005.
think you guys went back to
Because
back, right?
yeah, because we
Well,
got
you went
our
back to back
well,
twice.
we
No.
lost the Nick Saban. No, we lost the Nick Saban led
Yeah.
LSU team in a really good game, 14-21, and then we got our backs blown out by Reggie Bush and USC like 55-19, and then we didn't go back until 2008. And then DeMarco Murray got hurt, in the Big 12 championship, and then we lost to Florida in the Natty by 10 points. So, yeah, and that was the last time OU played for a national championship. I was 9. I remember my parents let me stay up late and watch it because it was a school night. It was a Monday night because
Arguably
the national
with
championship is
your
always on a Monday night. So,
arguably with some of your not this isn't a bad thing, but like out of the 2000s, probably some of your worst not worst teams, but like your best teams that make the national championship.
I would say the 2008 Oklahoma is one of the better teams that like OU has had, like that didn't
Mm.
win a national championship, just because like their offense set a record at the time of like OU scored 60 points in like 5 or 6 straight games. That
Uh-huh.
was like a record, dude. Sam Bradford won the Heisman that year. Won
Yeah.
or he threw like 50 touchdowns. You also had Jermaine Gresham, who was supposed to be a really good NFL tight end, at least graded wise, and then obviously the career wasn't as good. But and that defense was solid, dude. I mean, that defense was really solid. You had that may have been before Gerald McCoy. If not, he was already on the team. You had Jeremy Bill. Uh, Brian Jackson was on that team. I believe this may have been too late for Travis Lewis. But that team was it was full of really good guys, man. Full of really good players, and it just sucks. That's probably one of my favorite OU teams of all time, all the way around. Because Sam Bradford was the first quarterback that was like playing for OU when I really got into it in
They're
like
definitely
06,
probably your
oh
top
07.
five. I mean, I'm sure Baker
I mean,
Mayfield's
they're up
team's
there.
probably
Yeah,
top like
Baker's
in
team is up
top
there.
three.
When I tell people that, like, I don't know, it's either Baker or Sam. They're my top when it comes to OU. It's like 1A, 1B. They're interchangeable for me. Because Sam Bradford, again, first quarterback I ever loved that played for Oklahoma. I had a Sam Bradford jersey when I was a kid. I had a Rams jersey when he made it to the Rams. Like, I had all that stuff, dude. And then obviously Baker Mayfield came along. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's up there. I had, the quarterback from when I was a kid and then my teenage years, and now I haven't really had that one like that since I became an adult. Could John
It's,
Mateer be the one next season?
I think
Oh,
you guys. I think there's two things those guys have in common. I know, and Baker played 1 year at Tech, right? It was like 1 year. I think the
yeah.
longevity Baker was at OU for 3 years, right?
Yeah. He was
Three
only supposed to
years,
get 2, but he got that final year of
yeah.
eligibility back.
And then Sam fucking was there all 4 years, maybe five.
Well, Sam was there for 3 years.
Oh, I guess
Yeah, well, because he left after
he didn't redshirt.
it was either a redshirt sophomore year or he left after his junior year because
Mm,
he broke his shoulder his junior year. So yeah, I think he was just a straight up true junior. I'd have to double check, but he broke his shoulder in the season opening game against BYU, and then he came back against Texas, and then he re-broke it like the second series of that game, something like that. I will. Yeah, dude. I went back and watched that not that long ago too, just to remember what it was like, and just because obviously I was a kid, I was like 10, so dude, I just remember I cried when Sam Bradford broke his shoulder against BYU. Man, I was so sad because I was so pumped
mhm.
for that season. I was 10 years old. I was ready. I was fully into OU football. Just went to the Natty, and then yeah, all that happens, and then Texas went, and then they lost. So hey, and then Colt McCoy got hurt that year, so maybe there was just something with shoulders that year and Big 12 quarterbacks.
5-star redshirt freshman, never played a down of fucking college football. He's 18 years old, gets thrown in the mix, and then not everybody hates him. He gets booted out of Austin forever.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Garrett Gilbert, dude. I feel bad for you, dude.
Dude, it's like the Landry Jones situation. Landry was really hated for a long time because he just got thrown in as a true freshman as Sam's replacement. So, and obviously Landry wasn't Sam Bradford. So, and it's like Garrett wasn't Colt
Yeah.
McCoy.
No,
You know how
man,
hard it is to
no.
fill those shoes, man.
It is
That's
kind
why
of
it's
nuts.
so.
Colt was a
Oh, go ahead.
three-star quarterback, and
So is Sam, dude. So is Sam
yeah, and then we have
and
this
Baker.
five-star kid. I think if I'm not mistaken, Garrett Gilbert was like the number one like
Yeah,
player in
dude.
the nation or some shit like that.
See,
That's tough because he was literally a freshman. He was a freshman that year and redshirted. And back then before the redshirt rules, because you can play 4 games now, and they're
yeah,
voting to try to make it 9, which is
yeah,
crazy,
which is crazy.
nuts, nuts.
That's too many.
Before
I think 6 is fine. I think half a
right.
season is fine.
I agree. Before that, if you don't know, before these rules came in place, you could not play a down football at all. As soon as you
Mhm.
stepped on the field and took a snap, your red shirt, they say you played 11 games for red shirt, and the very last play of the 12th game, you go into play, you just lost the entire red shirt year,
Uh
and
huh.
now you lost a year of eligibility.
Hmm.
That's exactly what happened with Garrett Gilbert,
Yeah.
and that sucks. That sucks. And then came back next year, obviously, started quarterback for a second, got apps. I mean, we just came off the Vince Young and Colt
Mhm.
McCoy high. That's extremely hard to back up, unfortunately. And he
Well,
got bullied
wasn't that
out.
also when Case McCoy kind of rolled into the fold too? And like David
That
Ash, was that around that same
it
time?
was David Ash and then Case McCoy. David Ash probably would have been a decent quarterback. David Ash got hurt and
He
got
just
like
couldn't stay
medically
healthy,
retired.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got so
it's
many
tough.
concussions. He was a baller. He was for
Yeah,
real. I when I was a
I
kid,
think he's a dog.
I liked David Ash as a kid, and that
Yeah,
sounds shitty to say as an Oklahoma fan, but
David was good. Case McCoy was like how do I put it? Case McCoy to me was like a bridge quarterback because
mhm,
he would win games he shouldn't. He would lose
yeah,
games he shouldn't. That's just
yeah.
kind of how it went.
It's tough
You
trying to
know,
live up to that name of your brother, man. It's like him and Jackson Shipley rolling in. It's like, oh, we got McCoy and Shipley 2.0 rolling in.
and
Also, shout out
honestly,
Jordan Shipley,
sometimes
who almost
facts.
died. So
Shout out him for being a fucking athlete.
yeah,
According to his wife, that's what saved
I
him.
think we already talked about that on a
Yeah,
previous pod, but still, dude, that's crazy.
yeah. Well, you got Jackson. They weren't bad. That's the thing. They weren't like
Hmm.
terrible.
No,
They
yeah, they
can't.
just weren't Colt
Yeah.
and Jordan. They just
And
weren't Colt and
unfortunately,
Jordan.
they'd have to try to live up to that
Uh,
no matter what.
no, yeah, no, I get it, man. I feel like the second comings, like the brothers and the sons, just never work out the same. They just never ever like Adrian Peterson has a son that's coming up. I know OU's going to be recruiting him, but like you look at Barry Sanders' son, that dude bounced
Yeah,
around. Frank Gore's son, that dude kind of bounced around as well, and
he
I'm sure
was a
there's more that I'm
grambling
forgetting. Yeah, I think Barry Sanders was at Oklahoma State, and then he went to Stanford, or maybe he started at
ice for
Stanford.
yeah. But
Yeah,
he also wasn't like
he wasn't like that.
no, and he was never like
I
that
mean,
like
obviously,
in
he's
high
not going to be
school
his
either.
dad. His
Well,
dad is one of the
excuse me.
best running backs of all
He
time. So,
was good in high school. I'm not saying that, but he was never
no, yeah, obviously, he was
like
good in high
holy
school.
shit.
Yeah,
Like he wasn't a 5 star.
but it's also he never was going to live up to his dad. It's the same
No,
thing for Adrian Peterson's son. He's never going to live up to his dad. I mean,
maybe.
it's just.
Yes.
I mean, he could, man. I mean, I don't know.
It's a different
Just
world now.
don't go broke, man. So I bet you his dad's banking on that. His son being really good.
Hey,
But
Vince
hey,
Young
man,
too, dude.
yeah,
Vince Young too.
yeah.
His Vince Young's son's a quarterback.
We'll see, man. I will. I do want to talk a little bit about just OU, just to round it back in. OU finally, we fired. I'm not going to make that joke. We fired a guy that was really detrimental to the team, and Joe John Finley, tight ends coach. He's gone. Really excited that he's gone. OU went out and they just decided we were going to hire a Hall of Fame tight end to be a coach. Went out and got Jason Witten. I So OU has been recruiting his son Cooper, who's a 5-star linebacker. Which I don't know if that may be a part of the reason why his dad got hired. If so, respect to Brent, because we also just needed to move on in the tight end room. But you do what you got to do to get these elite guys.
Mhm.
And that's like Oklahoma State hiring Cade Cunningham's brother or somebody in Cunningham's family, and that's part of the
Yeah.
reason why he went to Oklahoma State. Um, but went and got Jason Witten. He's never been a tight end coach before. He was a high school football head coach for a couple years. But I mean, I don't think he's going to be bad at it. It's just like at being a coach, it's the recruiting aspect of it, because you can't just count on him being like, hey, and it might work for most kids or some kids, obviously. It'll be like, that's Jason Witten. He played in the NFL. I want to play for him.
Mhm.
And but there will also be guys who talk to guys who are really good recruiters that will be like, hey, like, yeah, you can go play for Jason Witt and he can do all this, and then you never know how it could be spun. Because good recruiters are just good recruiters, and obviously when the bags come into it, it doesn't really matter at that point. But I think that was a big get for Oklahoma. OU also just got a new athletic director as well. Josie was announced that he was leaving sometime this past year in 2025. But then Oklahoma announced recently that they got a new athletic director. It's a guy from Illinois, which I didn't really know a lot about him, but his name is Roger Denny. He was the new he was named as the OU's new vice president of intercollegiate athletic programs and director of athletics on January 23rd, which was 4 days ago. He was the deputy athletic director and COO at the University of Illinois, where your stomping grounds currently. So I think it's interesting. It's hard for me to have an opinion on a guy I know nothing about. I know that there's a Board of Regents meeting that will have a lot of his information come out. I'll just let the guys that are paid to cover OU explain it to me. But it's interesting, man. The hiring is viewed as like a strategic move, a future focused move. Uh, OU has been good about hiring Jim Nagy to be a GM, getting those things in place for because obviously they jumped on the transfer portal early. So they've had a plan, and this is why I think it's so important that OU wins a national championship as quick as they can. Because personally, and I could just be just opinionated or biased here with this opinion, but I think OU did a really good job of getting ahead of the curve of teams that are trying to get into the times of what college football is now. That's why I think it's so important that OU win a national championship now while you have that advantage. Because if you don't get it done, it's only so long before teams start to catch up. And you've already got teams that aren't doing the same thing, but have more money than you.
Yeah.
And alas, that's all that's really has mattered. You look at Oregon, again, you look at Texas as well. I mean, obviously Texas didn't make the playoff this year, but still they were right up there. And Texas beat Oklahoma this year too. So, but you look at Miami, man, like these are teams that are able to spend that money. And obviously when you have guys like Phil Knight over there in Oregon, and what's the guy's name for Miami? Sergio Ruiz, not Sergio, something Ruiz, right?
Isn't the
Not
same dude?
Sergio.
Wasn't the same dude from back in the day too? Ain't it? Am I wrong?
Yeah, but what's his name, dude? I can't remember his name. The
Uh,
the the Miami donor.
yeah, I don't know who it is, but I know exactly. I mean, I know who you're
I
talking
know.
about.
I'm thinking of. I think I might be thinking of. I don't know who I'm thinking of.
You got
Miami
Mark Cuban up in
football.
Indiana too. Oh shit! Speaking of that, dude, did you see Texas's boosters? By the way, some crazy shit just happened.
This is billionaire Ken Griffin. Oh, that's South Florida. No, Miami Hurricane donor. Say that again. My bad. I'm trying to Google this up.
Did
John
you see?
Ruiz. John Ruiz. I
Yeah,
knew it. It was John Ruiz. Yeah, yeah.
did you see the thing about some Texas donors recently, like 2 days ago?
No. What's up?
Two massive fucking athletic donors, like $40 million massive donors, fucking died in a plane crash.
Oh, I did not know you were gonna
Yeah,
say
like
that.
yeah, dude,
Oh my
like
god,
seven of
dude.
them died. Like I don't know, and
7?
yeah, 7 people died. I don't know exactly, but like it's just weird because of how it comes back to Texas because they were like massive donors. They're a Houston law firm, two guys that um
Was it
started it
just
like
an accident or?
I, something happened on a runway, and it's just it, you don't like this stuff, but it's just a lot of stuff going on
No,
behind the
I'm
scenes.
interested. I'm interested to know your thoughts because I know how you are, and I don't want to say
So
conspiracy theories, but
when it came out, I couldn't find anything, and it actually just came out like the what I'm about to say, fucking like today.
I had no
But
idea this happened,
yeah,
man. Oh my god.
so these two dudes, and I don't know exactly what they were doing. It was in Maine. It's so crazy. It was on runway 33, which you're not into the conspiracy theory world, but that's an insane number, and it's literally everywhere anything bad happens, which is crazy. Um, these two guys, their law firm had fucking been in some like crazy, crazy lawsuits,
Oh
apparently with
damn.
some big corporations and won some.
Yeah, dude.
Um,
6 people. Jeez, six
Yeah,
people.
and won some of these, and they were, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they had started some stuff, other things that had to do with some stuff that's happening in Minnesota. We're
Mm,
not going to get into all that, but that, and I don't know, that's just the yeah conspiracy theory weird shit, but nonetheless, that crazy, just crazy shit. RIP those guys. Um, Not
dang,
because of the
man.
money. I just want to put that out there. RIP those dudes because there's a
Mm,
lot of crazy things happening in the world. Obviously, bad snowstorm,
hmm
that's obviously probably what caused what happened, and I'm just a paranoid freak. nonetheless, all the signs there for me being a paranoid freak are there. Yeah, crazy. I don't know. That's just to me, it's nuts as a private jet.
Yeah.
They took off and they were,
Dang, man.
yeah, bro. Right.
I
Not
did
to get
not
all
know that.
dark. Not to get all
No,
dark.
no, that I hate to see that. Obviously, rest in peace to
It's
all those
sad, dude.
to
There's been a lot of
everybody.
plane crashes this year. What Greg Biffle, NASCAR guy,
Well, going back
he
to
and his family.
2025, obviously, yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah,
the last
that's
12 months, yeah,
that was
I feel
sad
you.
because he was one of the guys, one of the first people that was helping
Yeah.
the victims over in
hmm
wherever Carolinas
Dang,
with his
dude.
plane. Yeah.
Well, dang, man, that sucks. I hate to hear that. Obviously, uh, and you know how like when something really tragic happens for like a certain team, the comments will be like, "Oklahoma fan here. Just want to say this is awful." I hate that, man. Like you don't have to say your affiliation, dude. Like I remember,
And
like
most of the time, though,
I'm
you
trying to think of
know
a
the
funny
affiliation by the
example.
picture, bro.
No, I know. I'm trying to think
That's
of
the
like a
funny
funnier
thing.
example, but I'm not. It's not funny when you're talking about death. But
Yes,
like,
yes. Sorry.
like for example, like that Miami Marlins player died all those years ago on that boating incident. But like people underneath just being like Braves fan here, just want to say like this is terrible. It doesn't matter if you're a Braves fan. If somebody dies in a boating accident, that's tragic. You don't have to say that you're a rival fan base. I know that you see it too, and everybody that watches
Everywhere,
this,
bro.
all 25,
Everywhere.
30 people that see this, I don't know if you're going to agree with that or if you've seen that, but I just have always found that so funny. It's so cringe. It's like, shut up. Nobody gives a shit that you root for Oklahoma or Texas. These people die. You could just send your condolences without saying, I'm an Oklahoma fan, you know? So I just wanted to, that
there
was
was a
dumb, but
kid.
that's
There was
something that
an
grinds my gears for sure.
there was an A&M kid today. I guess he. Sorry, I'm not laughing at the injury, but he
No,
got Tommy
no, no, no,
John.
yeah.
He got
Yeah.
Tommy John. He's a pitcher for A&M. And the guys that got, hey, Longhorn fans here. It sucks we're rivals, but we hope you get some feeling better.
No.
It's like,
It's so
motherfucker,
dumb, dude.
the
Like,
Longhorn is in the
like this.
picture. We know.
Yeah, the sentiment is fine. Like you can say hope you get better, but it's just like
Yes.
it feels like a little narcissistic to be like, hey, I just want everybody to know I'm an Oklahoma fan, I'm a Texas A&M fan, and I feel bad for you. Like I want you to know that. So give me these brownie points in public for this. So it's just more sign of the times of what
Dead
today is.
internet theory, probably.
I don't even get me started on dead internet theory. That is real. That's not a
Dude,
theory.
I was on Twitter. I don't know what I was looking at, but like we went through there and it's the people, it's
Twitter's the
just
worst place for that, other than
it's the
Facebook.
recycled tweets. It was the Bill Gates getting a hot dog
Yes, dude.
and it
Yes,
said
dude. Or it's
said
like this diner makes
imagine
old
being
fashioned Coca Cola or whatever the fuck,
this is
man.
imagine Bill Gates. You see Bill Gates getting a hot dog
Mhm.
by himself, and the quote tweets always walk up on him and see how by himself he is. And
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
shut
dude.
up,
Yeah.
I've seen it too many times.
Well, dude, it's
It's
like
always got like 50,000 likes on it.
these bot accounts, like, dude, somebody, I see this post like once every month or so. Somebody will post the video of back when Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, played for Oklahoma. There was one spring game where he raced a fan to the 50-yard line, and he gave the fan like a 25-yard head start. And Marquise Brown obviously still won the race. I will see a like some football page post that like once every few months, and it always has like 10 to 15,000 likes. And I'm like you, I'm just like, stop, dude, like. And it's just people eat it up, and I
Dude, it's
hate it, man.
always freaking bots. And like I didn't really notice it for a
It's
second.
always
Somebody
bots, dude.
what
I
was
love this is how we're ending the pod, by the way.
dude, I know.
Let's rant about social media because I can do that for hours.
There was another dead internet theory. It was something about teachers. Oh, it was a tweet saying they hate when parents or no, it was a Reddit story. A parent was mad because they took their kid out of school for a week to go
Mhm,
on vacation or whatever. And the teachers ended up was like cool with it, and then all the teachers were fucking mad, and the school district was threatening them for all this other bullshit. Well, then you go to the comments, and there's people kind of firing back. Well, I wasn't really comprehend. Like I knew what it was saying, but I didn't know what was
mhm.
happening. Some dude screenshotted it, and all of the fucking posts that these people were commenting back, talking shit back to the parents saying like this, like,
Uh-huh.
well, maybe you should, or like they were all similar things talking
Mhm.
shit back. And it was like, does the teachers union have fucking bot accounts set up to talk shit back to these parents? Because they were all
Yeah.
like AI. All the responses were AI. And I'm just like, dude, this is kind of frightening. Because
No, it's
you're
very
right.
frightening.
It's real. That internet theory is
Yeah,
real.
it's real.
And you've seen the videos of those like racks and racks of phones plugged in, and it says
Mhm.
this is who you're arguing with on Twitter. That shit's
Yep.
real.
Real. Real. And the other thing is that, like, I don't know if you saw this one recently, but it was an obvious fake bot account. I do like the new update, by the way, that shows you each account's country of origin, you know, because you got all these accounts that are like pro America, and it's like you're in Bangladesh. What are you doing, man?
Or when that happened, I think Elon done that on purpose, dude, because almost all
I
of
don't
the
say this a lot,
government
but W
accounts,
Elon for what he did
dude,
for something on Twitter. So
almost all of the major government accounts were
yeah.
registered in fucking Tel Aviv. Dude, what the fuck?
Crazy, man.
Yeah,
What I don't want to. I don't want to get up all
yeah,
on
man,
that.
whatever,
I don't want
dude.
to get up all on that. I don't want
Oh
to get on that.
god,
It's
dude.
crazy. Dude, I already forgot.
Yeah,
Okay, no, no, no. Okay,
shout out Elon,
so
dude. W.
there was this one bot account post. It was a picture of this person with a jar of Nutella open, and they had like a mixer where they stuck it in there and like they were mixing it up, and then they pulled it out and they were just eating it. But the caption was Nutella tricks they never taught you in school. And so somebody quote tweeted that and just reposted the same caption, and it said like uh Nutella tricks that they never taught you in school, you know? And then like the comments of like the person that quote tweeted it, they were like talking about how shitty it's like, man, I hated when like when they gave us that test and I didn't know the answers to any of the questions because they don't teach it to us. But it's just like, who says things like that? What do you mean? Nutella tricks I never taught you. Again,
Yeah.
this is dumb, and I understand that not everybody probably saw that tweet, but like,
No, but it's
it's
just
just
I
another
think
example.
it's
It just
yeah.
pisses me off, dude, because it's
All
not
the
real.
Facebook shit. You go on Facebook, you don't expect it to be real, but then you go on Twitter, there's like every other post is these fucking bots, like just
It's
saying
bad,
dumb
dude.
shit, dude.
It's bad.
They're saying like there's like I don't know if you're in any Facebook groups. I'm on some Facebook groups that are
I'm in some, but they're also
quite
tailored to my
entertaining.
interest.
Hood brawls, hood this, hood
Hood
that, whatever.
brawls.
Dude, they post the most like these people. This is what I really hate about social media because these are actual people. They post the most ridiculous things just to get people to like comment
Yeah,
and like. And it's
yeah,
so bad and it's cringy because you know
yeah,
when someone's trying, there's no
yeah,
likes or comments on it.
yep, yep,
And I'm like, dude,
yep.
stop.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
Yeah,
These questions are because everyone knows the question's ridiculous, but they're still gonna
yeah,
interact with the goddamn post.
yeah. And
Actually, the bots on Facebook are bad. They just type amen,
the bots on
period.
Facebook are yeah,
Amen.
dude. Like some AI picture of like a trooper and like a dog sitting on the side of the road, like it. And shout
Someone's
out
grandpa
boomers.
getting
I
fucking
I
boomed.
love. There's a lot of boomers in my life that I love, but I tell my family a lot because they'll text me about stuff they see like on Facebook, especially like OU related. Is this real? Like, did John Mateer die? It's like, and I'm like, listen, if you see it on Facebook, like 99% of the time, it's not real, man. That's what I always tell them. I say, well, did you see it on Facebook? Like, yeah. I'm like, it's not real. It's not
You seen
real.
some of the
So,
stuff that I've sent to the chat of the
yes, dude.
Texas
Yes,
fucking
dude.
Mike Tomlin?
Dude, I'm glad you see that same stuff because I see it for OU too. Like last year, the one that got posted a lot, like the 2020, what was that? Yeah, the 2024 season. It was a lot of Jackson Arnold and his. There was like, I don't want to say like this is kind of a buzzword. I don't want to say it, but it was like Jackson Arnold and his girlfriend get pregnant, and like they got rid of it, and that was like a story that got posted a lot, and people were getting riled up because it's Facebook again, and so like people were getting riled up about it, and I would have to jump in the comments and be like, hey guys, this isn't real, you know,
Fucking
just
Bebo
simply,
hitting the transfer portal, bro.
yeah,
Get
dude.
the fuck out of here, bro.
It's just
It's
like,
my
hey man,
steer,
just
bro.
I just need to hit a button, just like, hey, that's not real.
I wish
Hey,
there's got to be a way they could fucking program it to where you could set
yeah,
no
mm-hmm,
bots. Maybe just put it in the fine
yeah,
print so you can still get your clicks from the boomers, but
uh-huh,
like we'll know, like,
yeah,
hey, no fucking AI, no bots, boom, boom, boom. That should
yeah,
be an option. That shouldn't
facts,
be
dude,
forced.
facts.
Actually, government laws. We're not getting political, but let's put that to a bill. Fucking have the option to turn AI off. We
I
do that.
agree. Now,
Boom.
I mean, I'm not like completely anti AI like I know a
Yeah,
lot of
I
people
agree.
are. Like
Yeah, I use AI
like
a
I don't
lot.
use ChatGPT on a daily, but like I definitely use it, and it's good ways to help. Like again, I call games. I use it to help me build templates and stuff like that for different layouts for rosters, things like it's helpful. It really is, and just to help you save time on stuff. Now, obviously I'm strongly against the way people use this technology for deep fakes. And I will also say shout out. I think there's a new law coming in that maybe got signed
Mhm.
in about how that's going to be completely illegal, as it should be. And also Grok on Twitter fixing their things where people were saying at Grok like make this child like have no clothes on or standing with a bikini, and Grok was
Bikini,
doing
yeah.
it, and Grok was doing that. And the fact that that was ever allowed is insane. But again, we're going off the rails here at the end. This is a college football podcast. But they also they fixed that. They took away like I think image altering in terms of like people taking their clothes off, and it's insane, man. Because you can make these
Well,
videos do whatever you want them to do, and it's scary to think about the possibilities of what
and you
things can
can't
do.
forget
AI
Grok
is
was a
terrifying.
fucking. You can't
AI
forget
is
Grok was a
terrifying.
Nazi on fucking Twitter for a second. You remember
He
that
actually
whole
okay.
phase, dude? He was like a
Yeah, dude, he actually
somebody.
was.
It was crazy
We
because
okay.
there was a
We're going
guy
too
that got
far here, but
fired. No,
yeah.
no, it's whatever. A
No, no,
guy
I
that
got
got
you. I got
fired
you.
like a week before, and I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure the investigation. I think he's the one who set it off. And then all of a sudden, a week later, fucking Grok's fucking
Yeah.
neo-Nazi.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, yeah. He's not trying. That did happen. That did
That was
happen.
crazy, bro.
You could probably find it. So, okay, so anyways, I want to bring this all back real quick. So we're gonna put a bow on this episode here because this is we called it the finale because last time we recorded was supposed to be the penultimate. But I don't know, man. Me and Tatum have been talking, and we want to keep doing this. It's not going to be as constant now that college football's over, but we're still going to do it. We're going to try to aim at least right now to go for every other week. So some months that's just going to be 2 episodes. Some months I think only two out of the year. It's going to end up being three. And then if we decide we want to do more than that, we'll do more than that. But it's probably going to be more of what you saw today. There's going to be college football talk for sure, but with other things sprinkled in, things that we like, our interest, and we will get off on tangents and talk about whatever because this is our podcast.
Facts. We can do what we want.
And nobody has to listen. I have so much fun doing this regardless. If I can just hop on here and just scream into the microphone, we can argue for 20 minutes and we can have a serious conversation for 45 of it. It don't matter to me. It's fun. I enjoy
It's
doing
kind of
it.
how it happens,
Um,
anyways.
yeah, I know it really does because I have all these notes all the time and I don't even get through half of them because we talk about so much. And I have ADHD, so I bounce around all the time
But
and I'll forget what I was on.
hey, and I go with
So
you. You know what I mean? I'm all the
yeah.
way with you.
But I know you. I kind of want to do something this episode. I didn't tell you beforehand. You're not prepared, so if you don't have anything, then that's fine off the top of your head. I just wanted to because I think this would be a good idea because the other guys do it. They do their things called rankings or wankings with Webo, where they rank things at the end of the episode. I'm not going to do that. Obviously, I don't want to take their thunder, but I do think it would be cool, especially right now. Again, this is off the top of your head. This is just something I thought of during the episode. I want to talk because I'm really into a TV show right now. I want to talk about maybe I don't know, maybe our favorite TV shows, or maybe we just throw out some shows that we advocate for people to watch if they haven't seen them.
Can
And it
you
doesn't
get
have to
down
be a
with that?
bunch.
We're
Yeah,
gonna do
it just
like
has to.
five.
We don't have to do five because again, it's all off the top. It's all off the dome here.
Oh, I think I
Um,
can. I think I can give you probably 10, maybe.
I'll let you. I'll
Give me a
let you go.
second. Let's go through.
Don't do 10. That's a lot because we're trying to round this thing out here. But I've got a couple that I want to go with right now, and I'm going to name some obvious ones for me. But and now are we including? Do you think sitcoms are included with TV shows, or
Yes,
do you think those have
I
those?
don't like the prejudice against them. I don't like how they get
I
fucking
agree,
treated,
dude.
dude.
By
It's
the way,
crazy to me.
Daniel in the chat the other day trying to shit talk Friends, talking about how they used a laugh track. Newsflash, buddy, Friends did not use a laugh track. That was
Yeah.
filmed in front of a fucking live audience because everybody loved Friends. I feel like you weren't on my side as much there as you were in the
I'm
beginning.
not
So
necessarily the biggest French like
okay, that's fine. You
advocate,
don't have to
but
be a Friends
yeah,
fan. You don't have to be a Friends fan. It's just Daniel was talking crazy, saying that there was a laugh
yeah.
track,
But Daniel's
but
got
he
a lot of
did
crazy
not use a
fucking
laugh
takes
track.
though,
So
especially recently. By the way, fuck Sugar Sanders. That's crazy.
yeah, but okay, you want to talk about crazy? Webb saying that Breaking Bad was not a great show?
Yeah.
Huh? That was one of the
Well,
craziest things. And his reasoning was that crazy things didn't happen every single episode.
you could refer
Are you
back
five?
to his top. Yeah, well, refer back to his. Even
The
though I
Cleveland
like it,
show
yeah,
is in his
I
top
like
five,
Cleveland
dude.
show. I don't.
But
I
that's not a
wouldn't.
top five show in
Yeah, I agree.
anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe a top five Seth MacFarlane show, but like
I don't even think it's that because I fuck with the
I'm
Cleveland
not.
show. A lot of people don't like it, but I fuck with the
I
Cleveland show.
also love. I love Seth MacFarlane just in
Seth
general.
MacFarlane's got a lot of hits, unfortunately, to
By the
put
way,
people
watch A
against
Million Ways to Die in the West. That's a great movie.
him. All right, so
Okay, but anyways, okay. So
yeah,
do you want to go, or do you want me to jump into
go
this?
ahead, go first.
Okay, so guys, I haven't finished it right now, so this is gonna change. But right now, in my top five, I'm gonna put it five. I'm gonna put Game of Thrones at number five. I haven't finished it yet. Obviously, everybody talks about how bad the final season is. I just finished season five today, January 27th. I just finished season five, and apparently that's the last season that had book source material that they were going off of. So apparently, six, seven, and eight is just all made up. After the whole thing's made up, obviously, but they had book material. So I'm interested to see where it goes. And right now, it's some of the best TV I've ever watched. Plot armor doesn't exist in this show. Your favorite character is always in danger of dying, and I hate that. But that's I feel like that's more realistic to life. But anyways, yeah, Game of Thrones. I'm throwing that up there. It's so good so far, man, and it's a lot. Um, Now a show I've also watched within the last 12 months for the first time. Show I just talked about. I'm gonna put Breaking Bad up there, man. Breaking Bad. It's obviously one of my favorite shows. I've only seen it through like 1.5 times. I need to go back through and rewatch it. I haven't seen Better Call Saul yet. I need to watch that. Need to watch that. It's on the list. I also need to watch El Camino. But again, Breaking Bad is one of the best shows of all time. So there's my top two. I'm gonna let you jump in here if you want to go ahead and go, so I can kind of
Yeah, I got a
think
few.
a little bit.
I, I'm. This is kind of no particular order. However, I kind of do have a top three particular order, but I'm gonna start with Narcos, fucking Colombia.
Shout out Narcos.
Great
Great
fucking
show.
great. The season itself is just tremendous. I need to go through there and watch the other Narcos, but
Yeah.
Narcos Colombia, that was fire. Pablo Escobar, fucking, that was
Pedro
sick as
Pascal's in
fuck.
that, right?
Uh, no,
In
I don't think he.
Narcos?
No, I don't think he plays. I think he played Pablo in a different, like in a movie.
What is he in? He's in something like that. It may not be Narcos, but he's
No,
in
he
something.
definitely played Pablo. He might have played. I think it was in a movie.
What am I thinking of? Oh no, it says he's in Narcos.
Oh, then
I looked it
yeah, I
up.
guess it was him. Maybe that was before I knew who he was.
Well, let me look and see who he plays. He plays Javier Pena in the show.
Never mind. Yeah,
Yeah,
never
it's okay.
mind.
Anyways,
Anyways,
anyways.
Narcos
Yeah.
Colombia,
Yeah.
fucking
Narcos. Okay.
great show. I'm gonna go Friday Night Lights TV show.
Yeah, you love Friday Night Lights. I
Absolutely
forget about that.
love that show. And then my top three here moving in.
Dude, it really gets tough because like a lot of my sitcoms have to be in my top because they were just a comfortability thing for me growing up. I used to watch them every night going to sleep.
A big
I
part of
watched
my
Friends.
life, I would
Yeah.
say.
I
Yeah,
watched Friends all like every night to go to sleep. So, um, every
yeah.
night to
I'm
go to sleep.
I'm putting in the Office. The Office is in there. Probably one.
Yeah.
Office number one, maybe number two. The other one would be Peaky Blinders. I
Oh
advocate
man.
anyone to go watch Peaky Blinders. That series is absolutely insane, bro. Absolutely insane. I love that
Mhm.
show forever. And the other one would be The Righteous Gemstones.
Um,
Just because I'm a bit, what's his name? Fucking
Danny
Danny
McBride.
McBride. Big
Yeah.
Danny McBride fan.
Yeah. Dude, let me tell you something real quick that I just noticed. Unfortunately, so I've been getting like wavelengths every time I talk, but I've had my mic muted this whole time until just now. But again, it's picked up all my wavelengths, so I don't know. We'll
Holy
have to see
shit.
when it's over. We'll have to see when it's over. I pray
Which
to God.
I think the computer probably caught it.
It was the little mic icon that says mute, unmute down by your name. I had that muted. That's what I'm scared about. But it
On
was picking
mine?
up. No, on mine. On mine. But again, it
Oh.
has my link. Like it was picking
Mm,
up my audio. It shows that it's been picking up my audio.
right.
So here, let me try something with you. Say something. Okay, stop. Hold on. You are muted now. Oh no, it won't let me unmute you now. No. Why will it not let me unmute? It won't let me unmute now. Okay, well, guys, that's how we're going to end the episode. Tatum, I apologize. You'll just have to wave goodbye later. So, guys, that's another episode of the Quarterback to Center Exchange brought to you by the Fieldhouse Network. Hopefully, this all works out. Maybe it's another cursed episode like our very first one was. Who knows? So, we'll see you later. You'll have a good one. And yeah, talk to you later.